Seymour Duncan. Founded in Santa Barbara, California in 1976, Seymour Duncan began as a pickup rewinding business before becoming one of the biggest names in aftermarket bass pickups. If you've ever wanted to make your bass louder, punchier, or more aggressive without replacing the instrument itself, Seymour Duncan has probably built a pickup for exactly that job. That's the company's philosophy. Rather than giving every bassist the same sound, Seymour Duncan offers different voices for different players. Its SPB series keeps the familiar precision bass character, but improves clarity and consistency, making it popular with players who want a classic tone that cuts through a modern mix. The SJB series follows the same idea for jazz basses, preserving the open single coil character while offering stronger output and improved balance. Then there are the quarter-pound pickups, easily identified by their oversized pole pieces. With hotter winding and higher output, they produce thicker lows, stronger mids, and more attack, making them favorites among rock and punk bassists including Mark Hoppus. Seymour Duncan's reputation has also made it a trusted choice for bass manufacturers. Brands such as FGN have equipped many of their instruments with Seymour Duncan pickups from the factory, while boutique builders like Fodera have often offered Seymour Duncan-equipped basses through selected models and custom options. That partnership matters because these companies are known for building high-end instruments, yet still rely on Seymour Duncan to deliver the final voice. Warwick, however, is traditionally associated with its own MEC pickups, rather than Seymour Duncan, making it a less representative example of the brand's factory partnerships. More than almost any pickup company, Seymour Duncan gives players the freedom to choose a voice that fits their music, whether they're chasing vintage warmth, modern punch, or high-output aggression. Bartolini. Some pickups demand attention with raw output and aggressive attack. Bartolini built its reputation almost the opposite way, producing a smooth, refined voice that many bassists describe as warm, detailed, and almost hi-fi. Many players first discovered that sound through the SR500, SR Premium, and SR Prestige, where Bartolini pickups became part of those basses' signature character, delivering rich lows, articulate mids, and smooth rounded highs. That sound wasn't accidental. Founder Bill Bartolini spent years studying acoustics before launching the company in 1978, bringing a scientific approach to pickup design instead of relying on trial and error. His innovations included square-wave magnetic pulse testing, a mechanical string picker for consistent evaluation, and one of the first pre-amplified pickups with parametric bandpass enhancement. Rather than chasing maximum output, Bartolini designed his pickups to deliver even string-to-string response, controlled low-end, rich mids, and smooth highs without the harsh edge found in more aggressive designs. The MK1 soap bars became known for their smooth response and controlled low-end, while Bartolini's classic bass series appealed to players looking for a richer, more vintage-inspired character. Notes stay full across the entire fretboard. The low end remains tight without becoming muddy, and the highs remain clear without sounding harsh. And that's why they're especially popular with jazz, fusion, gospel, and session players, who want every nuance of their playing to come through. Beyond the SR series, Bartolini pickups have also appeared in basses from MTD, Roscoe, Pedula, Tobias, and other boutique builders, many of whom wanted a refined hi-fi voice rather than an aggressive rock tone. Some players even swap Bartolinis out because they prefer more bite or brighter highs. But for musicians chasing warmth, detail, and clarity, that commitment to refinement has kept Bartolini among the industry's most trusted pickup makers. EMG. If there's one pickup brand that made bassists rethink what an electric bass could sound like, it's EMG. While most manufacturers spent decades refining passive designs, EMG embraced active electronics, creating pickups that deliver higher output, lower noise, and remarkable consistency from the first note to the last. Founded by Rob Turner in 1976, EMG quickly became known for building pickups around an onboard preamp, rather than solely relying on traditional magnets and coils. That design gave players a tighter low end, crisp highs, excellent note separation, and enough output to stay clear even through heavy effects on high-gain amplifiers. Instead of traditional exposed pole pieces, many EMG pickups use an internal bar magnet, helping produce a more even response across every string, while improving sustain and reducing unwanted magnetic pull. For bassists, models like the EMG PJ, PJ, 35DC, 40DC, and X series have become modern classics. The standard active models are known for their clean hi-fi precision, while the X series was created for players who wanted a more organic, passive-like feel, without giving up the benefits of active electronics. EMGs have appeared as factory equipment on instruments from Steinberger, ESP, Schecter, Cort, Ibanez, Dean, and BC Rich, while artists like Robert Trujillo and Geezer Butler have trusted EMG signature sets. If your priority is maximum clarity, powerful output, and a noise-free signal, EMG remains one of the defining names in modern bass pickups. Aguilar. Ask most pickup companies what they're trying to build, and they'll probably describe a certain tone. Ask Aguilar, and they'll tell you they're trying to build the best transducer possible. The company compares its pickups to microphones, believing their job isn't to color your bass, but to capture as much of the instrument's natural voice as possible. That philosophy shows up in the engineering. While developing its pickups, Aguilar discovered that something as small as the angle and overlap of the coil windings could change resonant peaks, harmonic content, and even the clarity of the low B string. By carefully controlling those variables, the company produced pickups with stronger string-to-string balance and a fuller fundamental, especially on 5- and 6-string basses where many pickups struggle to keep the B string sounding focused. Only after understanding those fundamentals did Aguilar expand its lineup. Vintage players gravitate toward the 60s and 70s era P and J pickups, while the Hot series adds more output without becoming muddy. Extended range bassists often choose the DCB series, whose dual ceramic bar magnets provide consistent response across every string, making them popular on basses from F-Bass, Spectre, Fodera, and Ibanez. Nordstrand. Vintage precision pickups, hum-canceling jazz pickups, oversized single coils, blade pickups, Music Man replacements, soap bars, even wall-inspired designs. Few pickups companies offer a bass catalog as diverse as Nordstrand's, and that variety comes from one simple idea. Every bass deserves a pickup that brings out its own personality, not someone else's. The company began after bass builder Kerry Nordstrand found that commercially available pickups weren't delivering the balance of punch, clarity, and musicality he wanted for his custom instruments. Instead of compromising, he started winding his own, and those pickups soon became just as respected as the basses themselves. Today, models like the big singles are known for their open single coil character and wide dynamic range, while the big splits deliver a similar voice with hum-canceling performance. The Big J blades add extra punch and output to jazz basses without losing their mix-friendly clarity, and the Zen blades offer a completely hum-free response for soap bar-equipped basses. For players looking beyond traditional designs, the Polyvox series takes inspiration from the legendary Wall multi-coil concept, producing exceptional detail while working with passive electronics or virtually any onboard preamp. Whether you're chasing vintage warmth, modern articulation, or something entirely unique, Nordstrand has built one of the most versatile pickup lineups in the bass world. DiMarzio. The idea of replacing a pickup instead of replacing the entire instrument owes a lot to DiMarzio. Instead of accepting whatever came installed from the factory, musicians suddenly had a way to reshape the sound of the instrument they already owned. While repairing guitars in New York during the 1960s, founder Larry DiMarzio noticed that many factory pickups lacked the output and character players were chasing. Rather than accepting those limitations, he began designing alternatives that could deliver more power and personality. His breakthrough came in 1972 with the Super Distortion, one of the first high-output replacement pickups to gain widespread popularity. Although it became a legend among guitarists, the same philosophy carried into DiMarzio's bass lineup. Bassists looking for a more aggressive precision bass often turn to the Model P, which adds stronger mids, tighter lows, and noticeably higher output while preserving the familiar P bass character. The Ultra Jazz keeps the openness of a traditional jazz bass pickup, but adds hum-canceling performance and a broader frequency response, making it a popular upgrade for players who want more punch without sacrificing clarity. Then there's the Model 1, famous for its huge vintage-inspired low end and thick, almost thunderous voice. Rather than pushing every bassist toward one signature sound, DiMarzio built a pickup range that lets players decide exactly how much they want to change their instrument, whether it's a subtle refinement or a dramatic tonal transformation. MEC. Mention Warwick to almost any bassist, and sooner or later someone will bring up the famous Warwick growl. Exotic woods certainly play a part, but much of that unmistakable voice comes from MEC pickups and electronics, which have become deeply intertwined with the brand's identity. When Hans-Peter Wilfer founded Warwick in 1982, his goal was to build high-end basses with premium tone woods and powerful electronics. As the company introduced legendary models like the Thumb, Streamer, Corvette, and Fortress, MEC pickups became a defining ingredient of their sound. Whether in J-style, PJ, humbucker, or soap bar configurations, MEC pickups are known for their pronounced mid-range, fast attack, and tight low end, giving Warwick basses the clarity and aggressive growl that cut effortlessly through a mix. Unlike many pickup brands that are primarily sold as aftermarket upgrades, MEC is best known as Warwick's in-house electronics partner. That close relationship allowed both companies to develop pickups around the instruments themselves, rather than designing one pickup to fit every bass. Over the years, Warwick experimented with other brands on select signature models, including EMGs on early John Entwistle buzzards and Bartolini electronics on his 8-string version. But MEC has remained the sound most players associate with the Warwick name. If you're chasing that unmistakable German growl, MEC is usually where the search begins. Fishman. For decades, nearly every magnetic pickup followed the same recipe: magnets wrapped with thousands of turns of copper wire. Fishman looked at that design and decided to start over. The result was Fluence, one of the biggest advances in pickup technology in decades. After establishing the company in 1981 with acoustic pickups, Larry Fishman spent years building a reputation for capturing natural instrument tone, before turning his attention to electric pickups. In 2012, Fishman began developing Fluence, replacing traditional wound coils with a solid core design, built from stacked multi-layer circuit boards. This gave the company something pickup makers had struggled with for years: remarkably consistent performance from one pickup to the next. Virtually no one wanted hum, and the ability to engineer pickups with exceptional consistency. Another breakthrough was versatility. Rather than committing players to one fixed sound, Fluence pickups offer multiple selectable voices, allowing everything from modern high-output performance to classic passive-style tones from the same pickup. That flexibility has helped Fishman become a favorite of manufacturers including ESP, Ibanez, Schecter, Cort, and Caparison. Fishman didn't simply refine the traditional pickup design, it challenged one of the industry's oldest ideas and proved there was another way forward.